Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Is the smoke clear yet? This is In Black America Radio with your host, Rasta B. And it is November 11th, 2016. The election is over. Trump won. And I will be talking a whole lot of shit today. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. And let me just go ahead and bring in my co-host, Smoke. Smoke, are you there? Yup. What up? Hey, what's going on, man?
Yo, you dumb, man. Yo, man. Big Friday, man. Your boy Trump.
It's a crazy Friday.
Your boy Trump.
Yo, I haven't been to work. Since. I'm going to tell you what's crazy. I took off the 9th, 10th, and 11th of November. And when people ask me, why did I take the 9th, 10th, and 11th off, I told them because I don't want to see y'all face after the election. I said, I'd rather wait these 3 days out, come back on Monday when the smoke clears. And everybody looked at me and they laughed. Now, Trump becomes president, there's chaos and riots in the street. Oh, man, when I go back to work Monday, oh, my God, it's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be crazy. But tell me what your thoughts was with this, with the whole, with the whole week.
Well, I mean, for myself, I was just really anxious to see, what was going to happen, you know what I mean? We've been having the discussions for the last few months, you know what I'm saying, on and off about, the election and, your thoughts on Trump, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts on Hillary. And, I kept my pick, you know what I'm saying, although I just felt like Trump was going to win, you know what I'm saying. So, like, going the week, I was anxious, like, yeah, I'm ready to, get this going on. We had the show going on that night or whatever. So, I was just real anxious when I was watching it. And I said to myself, like, we already had gotten off the air or whatever. But I was saying to myself, like, if Trump touched 200, he winning electoral votes. If he touched 200 electoral votes, I don't see her surpassing him or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of dozed off. And I woke up and I see your man at the podium. I'm like, ooh. It was just crazy. But it was like, we was talking about that, so we knew the reality of it, the possibility, you know what I'm saying? That became a reality that night. So it wasn't surprising, but I was shocked, yo. I can't front. Just seeing Donald Trump to go walk to the podium to say that he's the president, you know what I'm saying? So it was shocking, but, it was like, it wasn't unbelievable. So, you know what I'm saying, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So,
it wasn't shocking to me. See, it wasn't shocking to me. I stayed up. Yeah, I seen the whole shebang. You know what I mean? I stayed up. And I knew, I just kept looking at this shit, and I'm like, I knew it. I know. That's all I kept saying. I knew it because all the energy kept pointing towards Trump. I don't know what the hell black people saw. And that's why every day on the show, any title that said Trump, election, Hillary, them, Bernie Sanders, anything, any title that's of previous shows that have Trump politics or whatever, if you listen to that, I've always said the same shit. The only time I feel nervous that my pick was wrong is when I watch TV. But I don't watch TV. I watch TV sparingly, right? Like, I don't watch TV. A lot of things I watch is movies and I watch television shows off my MXQ box.
Yeah.
So I don't see commercials. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen one political commercial. Or if I did, I might have saw two. It might have been the same one twice or something on the football channel. You know what I'm saying? When I watch the football.
Sure.
But outside of that,
one of our Trump ones. That's my favorite one. That's the one he be like. I said one of the Trump commercials. You know, it's a Hillary commercial, like you know, dissing him or whatever. And he's like, I know more about ISIS than the generals. I'm telling you, something like that. He says, it's just every time I see that joint, I'll just be laughing. And I thought about it because me and my homeboy Grit, we always be laughing at that commercial. So the first thing that morning, afterward, I was like, cue the commercial. I text him that shit. You know, we tripping about it, but it was unbelievable in that sense. It's like, I knew the possibility. We talked about all of the possibilities, you know, the history, you know what I mean? We went through all of that, but it was just like seeing that shit actually happen. It was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
see, I didn't
that week was
at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what the only thing I kept saying, like when my girl, because me and her, we up watching it, and I remember when we seen it, it was, I think he was 13 and she was 3. So she's like, oh, he about to win. Oh. And I'm like, I just told her, relax. They might just be counting his first. You know what I'm saying? And have her steamroll through. Relax. Let's just wait until the numbers come in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just relax. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the Hillary Clinton side. Oh, man, these motherfuckers is dancing, twerking, popping champagne and all that shit. And I was just looking, I'm talking about this motherfucker, I just seen the little step, like, she just looked like, oh, about to fucking, all this gay rights about to be lifted in this country. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I've seen. And I was just like, when I seen that, yo, I was just like, yeah, I hope this bitch lose. Like, from the bottom of my heart. See, that was the thing. You know? Like, from my gut. That was the thing. It was like, I had like a mixed bag of emotions because it was like, I was happy she lost. I can't even lie to you. I was happy. Like, I'm glad she didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, they was operating like they had it in the bag. And it was like the arrogance of them, of that whole side. And it was like, oh, the Democrats just think this is, you know, like a walk in the park or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like the arrogance of it. But I think that also played a part in why she lost, because she had several states that was normally Democrat that she wasn't focusing on. After I was like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, where she didn't even go to. No, none of that meant nothing. She lost because that's how the system goes. That's how it goes. They're not going to have a 3-term Democrat.
No, I feel you.
No, it's not.
Let
me tell you something. Wait, listen to this real quick. How long have you heard people saying, yo, what's up with motherfuckers giving trophies to the winning and the losing side? Think about that. That's the same energy. We was getting sick of it for a long time. We like, what the fuck is up with this shit? So what the fuck is? How many times have you heard? Yo, here go the PC police. Here comes the PC police. This shit been bubbling for a while. The people was getting sick of all of this shit. That's why it don't matter what we did.
She won the popular vote.
That's what I'm just saying.
So it really came down to the pivotal states. A different state won versus different state lost, you get more electoral votes. Of course, again, we went over all of the reasons.
See, we keep getting the popular and elect.
I'm just giving my step.
No, I'm not saying you saying it. I'm not saying you saying that. I'm just saying that it makes me laugh when I hear people say that, because it's like playing CeeLo, right? When you play CeeLo, everybody get a chance to shoot, right? Now, if you roll trip, you could roll again, right? So if I sit there and I say, hey, why did you get to roll again? Because I rolled trips. That's not right. Each man should have the rights to vote. What the fuck is he talking about? That's part of the game. Electoral votes is part of the game. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when I hear people say that.
What I'm saying is like part of the game too is speaking to the people. There was plenty states where she didn't go and speak to while Trump was on the ground running. Of course, that's not the end all be all of it. That just is how how the accumulation, how everything played out in the end. She just had so many weak points where it was like she wasn't gonna win. She was gonna she got obliterated out there. That was just one small piece of it. She won the popular vote.
Yeah,
like, she had more votes than the other, but at the same time, she lost
like I said,
pivotal state. True.
Yeah, she lost by the pivotal stage, but none of that mean nothing because at the end of the day, because I'm gonna get deeper into the whole shit of why she voted. I mean, why she lost and why Trump won. And I'm gonna talk about them funky ass Democrats and break that whole shit down. But before I do that, I'm gonna play this theme from Trick Baby. Let me know if you can hear this clear.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, or you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope. Without hope, people become dangerous. No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs. Oh, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up. That makes it even worse. No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger. If he becomes alien to his brothers, they realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. That's no thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
You heard that? Smoke.
Yeah, you
Smoke.
Yeah.
You heard it? Yeah, I wanted to play that from Trick Baby, you know what I'm saying? I think that was like 1970 something, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play that because I want black people to understand that this shit is a game. The game is called capitalism. You see what I'm saying? The only way to win that game is through economics. You see what I'm saying? Economics is not spending power. There's no power in spending shit. There's no power in not spending shit. Black people, we have to open our eyes to the system that we're living in, teach our children what we know so they're prepared when they walk in the system. It could be better than us, so they can be properly trained to compete in the system. Because ain't no way in hell anybody in their 30s and better should have fell for this election trick. Because this election was no different than Gore versus Bush. And that's what I meant, Smoke, when I said it don't matter what she would have did, she wouldn't have won. Because that's the system. This shit is literally no different than Gore versus Bush. Gore versus Bush, that was the first time with Puff Daddy being part of the doing the whole election shit with the rock the vote, rap the vote shit. That was Gore versus Bush. All of the hip hop coming out and all this shit, like all of that was Gore versus Bush. After Clinton had a striving economy and the United States was in a surplus, which we now know is because of a bubble that was being created, but still, in a surplus, next would be Gore. No, Bush won. And then what do they tell silly niggers? Because they know we believe anything that a white man tell us. Bush stole the election. He stole the election. Here we go. He stole that. How he steal an election and get voted for 2 terms? The same white people that voted for Bush is the same white people that voted for Trump. And they did the same game. They smiled in your face. They told you how bad Bush was, how bad Trump was, who would vote for Bush, who would vote for Trump. And when they went into the voting booth, they voted for the Republican. So I've fallen for the same goddamn traps and tricks all the goddamn time. It's cool to understand history, but don't go all the way back into Kemet and the Hebrews and the Moors and all of this. How about learning the history of how long you've been on this earth for the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 18 years? Learn that era so you can understand how life was when you was young, how it got to where it's at right now, the policies that was put in place, the things that was taken away, and how you can operate and work within that. Figure that shit out. Then we won't be getting caught up in these same traps and tricks. You know what I'm saying? Smoke, you there?
Yeah, oh yeah. So I was letting you flow.
Yeah. So here's my question to you, Smoke. What's your experience with all of the psychics that wanted to tell you about Hillary winning because of the sign of Aquarius and the numerology and all that other bullshit?
I mean, you done heard those predictions, you know what I'm saying? You heard King Simon say, you know, it was based on the numerology, she was supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? I heard multiple people say, you know, based on the you know, the age of Aquarius, she was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? You know, like putting some sort of like science of a mysticism behind the pick or whatever. And she didn't win. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know I've been just looking through like the conscious sites and YouTubes or whatever just to see if like, you know, Cass was gonna speak on it. You know what I mean? And like, you know, maybe clear why it might have been wrong. Nah, I didn't. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of even really talk on the presidency. Like, I mean, you have the normal stuff like, you know, Boyce Watkins, they always have stuff coming out of his clique or whatever. And, hold on.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, making noise. But what I was saying, yeah. Now I hadn't seen anybody like, you know, going back to their predictions and kind of like speaking on, you know, where they went wrong or, you know, where they was right about. I didn't, you know, there had been a lot of Trump supporters or not so much supporters, but predictors, you know, that he was going to actually win. You know what I'm saying? So you would expect to see more like conversation in terms of, you know, what happened with the presidency and, you know, everybody's point of view and things like that. But, you know, it hadn't been much of it really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw, let me see, Brother Rich got something out there with what's my son's name? It was Professor X and Professor Griff. Excuse me. And it hadn't been much on that. So that I've been kind of waiting to see like if you're gonna hear some responses in that regard. But all the predictions was wrong, and I mean, when you look at it, it's like 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Chance. You pick Hillary, you pick Trump. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their reasons for why they might pick, whichever candidate. You know what I'm saying? Some valid reasons, some far out reasons, whatever. But it's like, what I was gonna say, man.
See, my thing is this.
I kind of lost my train of thought.
I look at it this, because the new thing going on is all these damn protesting, right? And I want people to understand this, straight up. Black people, you don't have no business in none of those protests. Those protests don't have nothing to do with Donald Trump being president. Those protests have everything to do with gay people being afraid that all their little rights going to be taken away from them. They're going to have to scurry their asses back into the closet. Straight up. That's what all of that protesting means. So let them sit there and dupe your ass again and have you, not my president. Ain't it funny that all of the stuff that the Democratic side and the liberals or whatever, the other little terms people like to use, side is doing is the same stuff that they would accuse Trump side of doing, of going to do if they lost.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? They sat there and said,
change.org.
the presidency. No, wait. They said, Trump, would you accept the presidency? He said, I don't know, I have to see, and all that shit like that. All of them sat there and said, oh my God, you're disrespecting the process, the integrity of the voting process in America. It's the most important thing, and you're disrespecting it by not saying it. Why won't he just say that he will concede? Well, Hillary is the one that lost. Now you got motherfuckers protesting, rioting in the goddamn street. And now what was you saying about change.com? Or change.org?
No, I was saying change.org. They got a petition going around, trying to urge the Electoral College when when they cast their official votes for the presidency, for them to, pretty much cast their votes in the way of Clinton instead of, Donald Trump. I was trying to look up the term because I saw the term earlier. It's an actual term for that, for when the process goes, when the Electoral College actually votes. They don't have to give those to Trump. They can go through this process where they delegate their votes to, Hillary, thus giving her more electoral votes. So it's like, when I saw it, it's up to like 700,000 signatures, for them to, send to the Electoral College for them to, go through that process to essentially put Hillary in as, the president or whatever. So,
that decision going to be made on my birthday. Ain't that some weird shit?
That's crazy.
I'm the one that picked that Trump going to win, and they going to play this bullshit on my birthday.
They were like, Hillary Clinton is the president. That should be crazy. It's like right now that's all fairy tale shit. You know what I'm saying? And like what I was thinking was
it is all fairy tale, yeah.
It's like I was sitting back thinking because back to kind of the beginning where you were saying you didn't go to work. I went to work. And so, I'm talking to, because it was like, it was real quiet. You know what I'm saying? It was more quiet than usual. Like, walking into. Rewind that.
What was the experience going into work on the 9th? That is a good fucking question.
Yeah, see, like for me, it was, you know, things like I'm just tripping like Donald Trump is the president. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got this laugh in my head and shit. It's like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump. But you know, I go to work. It's more quiet than usual. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is typing. Normally, you know, I work in a department with a lot of women. It's mostly women in my department, older women. So they talking and joking, and you know they around amongst each other. They quiet. Everybody quiet. Nobody is saying nothing about nothing. The guy that sit behind me, he's a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? He was, and you know they have little playful jokes amongst each other about, you know, prior to the election, you know, about Trump. Right. You know, he's gonna put us in slavery, and you know he'll make shots at Hillary. You know, playful shit. There's none of that today. You know what I'm saying? So when I came in, you know, I tapped.
Look, ain't that some way to play, right? Ain't that some way to play, right? Listen,
I tap on dudes.
Listen, John. Listen, John. If Trump become president, I'll be your slave. All right, Jamal. And then when the 9th comes, it's like, yo, don't even.
I tap on. So I'm coming in. I'm about to clock in at my desk. I tap on dude's desk because he's already there. You know, he look up. And he, you know, it's just like the laugh on his face, you know what I'm saying? It's like the same laugh I'm thinking, like, fucking Trump won that shit, you know what I'm saying? They was ripping him, like, they used to put, like, the little Trump head, little cutouts on his desk and shit like that. Like, they used to be fucking with him, you know what I'm saying? On the, you know, with the Hillary supporters.
Like super silly-ass niggas. Like, stupid-ass niggas.
So, you know, literally it's quiet. It's quiet.
Let's just think about how stupid that was, okay? That you sitting over here hedging your whole fucking life in bet on Hillary, this white woman, to save you because you let the Democrats convince you that Donald Trump is a fucking boogeyman and somebody you should be a big 40-something, 30, 40, 50-year-old people talking about, I'm afraid. Donald Trump president, I'm afraid. Big 40, 50-year-old people, I'm afraid.
Yo, so it's quiet for like the first hour, you know what I'm saying? So dude comes through, you know, Baki boy type white dude. And he just, like, mad loud, like, congratulations. He's talking to the dude, you know, the Trump supporter. I look back like, yo, what the hell? It was mad awkward the way he did it. So it was just like, damn, that was weird and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just interacting with other people throughout the day, you hearing about the story of some Mexican lady and the kid. She got to explain to her kid that Donald Trump ain't gonna send him back to Mexico, and people like it's like a somber mood, and people just talking about all of the crazy things that you know is associated with Trump, or just how it's affecting somebody's life, and I'm like, you know, you just hearing those random conversations among,
and fear.
You know what I was thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, damn, black people really is, because, you know, the talk prior to, you know, a lot of that is playing in the game, people watching the TV, like, oh, Donald Trump said this.
Wait, take a pit right there. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about prior. Let's talk about November 7th. What was the conversation November 7th?
There's a lot of confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, Trump's not going to win, you know what I'm saying? Just people just like, and like you saw that amongst the, you know, the people, like mostly women. Because a lot of, like the men, they talking about sports or something like that. It wasn't really too much politic talk amongst the people I deal with at work or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's mostly women. You know what I'm saying? That's like talking about it or whatever and shit like that. So it's kind of like a confidence.
You know why, right?
And see,
you know why, right? It was women.
Why?
And this was a woman energy.
Right.
All of this is feminine energy. This whole shit. Black Lives Matter, all this shit was feminine energy. All of it. You see what I'm saying? The whole shit. And if Hillary would have won, black women would have felt content and this whole movement would have went away. We dodged the bullet, Black America, with Trump winning. You have no idea how miserable your life would be with Hillary. And I'm saying that as the person that was saying by his lonesome, Trump is going to win. And here's why. And I've always explained why. And I didn't get spooky. I didn't tell you about no numbers. I didn't tell you about no astrology. I didn't tell you about no visions. I didn't tell you about no chicken bones. I didn't tell you about shit. Y'all hear me sparking my spliff in the background? Y'all might hear me pouring some Douce. Now I got some Dominican rum that my brother just gave me called Brugal. And I got some, well, how I know when the West Indians call it Baba root. But this is something from the Dominican Republic called Mama Juan. Mama Juan, MAMAGJUANA. That's what I'm sipping on. No extra stuff. No fufula. And I told y'all Trump is going to win. So I'm telling y'all why a Hillary win would have killed us. Now, let's break down Hillary real quick, Smoke. This is why I say the Hillary win would have killed us. Because first of all, if this is how I figure out shit, I'm going to put y'all on. This is how I figure out shit. I don't worry about chakras and no other weird shit. This is how I figure out shit. I do something, right, that the ancient Africans used to do, right? And it's something called listening and paying attention. That's what I do. So what I know is people can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but sometimes you hear more by what the person isn't telling you. What was a factor? Let's talk about what we learned this election. What was a factor in Hillary's loss? Right, Smoke?
You asking me
a low black. No, I'm saying let's look at some of the factors that why Hillary lost. It was the low black turnout. That's what they said, right? Low black turnout, voting turnout.
Right.
They said a lot of people didn't. No, I'm talking about within the black community, we didn't vote, right?
Yeah. Right.
Then but they said that the Latinos came out in droves, right? And they said that it was a surge in Latino votership, right? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So what that shows you is the Latinos, that was their first test to see how strong their voting power was. And they found out it ain't worth shit. If you look at the previous show, the black vote, the white vote, the brown vote, I break down everything I'm saying right now, but I also talk about what the white vote mean, what the black vote mean, and what the Latino vote mean. And the Latinos want amnesty because they want to legitimize the Latinos that's crossing the border into the country and want to be legal. I mean, excuse me, damn, that don't even make sense. Let me read that again. It's the Latinos and stuff that's coming across the border that's illegal. The reason why the Latinos here is fighting for amnesty is to make the illegal ones legal so they can vote. So it can be a stronger voting bloc. You see what I'm saying? If you have, just like the joke I said on the election show, they're talking about the surge. If it was 5 people came out to protest Monday, and then next Monday it's 50 people out to protest, that's a surge, right? Right or wrong, smoke? That's a surge, right? What did you say? That's a rapid increase of protesters?
Yeah.
Right?
What's that, 1,000%?
What did you say?
1,000%.
Yeah, right. How many percent is that? Like, come on. So, but that's 50 people. If I put 100 people there, then I squash out your whole little event. So that don't mean nothing. So yeah, we got to watch your little wordplay. When you hear they talk about the Latino surge and the Latinos going out to vote and all that shit like that, and you never heard that prior, that's the Latino economic power testing their voting block system and seeing how strong it is. People have a strong voting block. We just don't have an economy. Latinos have an economy. They just don't have a strong voting block. But guess who they vote for? They vote Republican. So while you're screaming, the black and the brown, the black and the brown, the black and the brown don't have the same political agenda. So technically you're working with your enemy, politically speaking. Latino vote, they try to show their power, and they show that they still don't have power. So the Latino vote is going to stay on the Democratic side for the meanwhile, except the Republican Latinos who don't care about that emotional shit. They just want to build their economy. They're going to stay on the Republican side. That's the Latinos. So now that we know the Latinos is trying to get that voting bloc strong, what's going to happen? They're not going to stay on the Democratic side. They're going to do business with the Republicans and try to work a deal with the Republicans for immigration. I bet you when immigration gets passed, whatever that is, I bet you it gets done on the Republican side. You see what I'm saying? Because the Latinos they're gonna be the voting bloc for the Republicans when that time happens. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a whole back and forth about the amnesty shit. You see what I'm saying?
There's gonna be concessions made. You know what I'm saying? Because I said they're gonna make concessions somewhere, wherever is smart. You know what I'm saying? Alliances is gonna be made. You know, we just got to be in that mix. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we don't have an economy, so we're not in that mix. We're not in that mix.
And we're not in the mix, then guess what? That means we can't say nothing. So when these moves is being made, we're not going to be able to say nothing. That's what will happen if Hillary won. If Hillary won, then that would have showed that the Republican side, the white power structure, is weak. That's how the Latinos would have been able to go inside and have a negotiation angle and say, listen, we got the numbers. You want us on your side? Well, this is what we want, immigration reform. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. On the black side, we don't have no goddamn agenda. So all we doing is sitting around not doing shit, and then when it's time to vote, then it's like, all right, niggas, stand up, time to vote, niggas, come on. Your eggs are tired for this shit. Time to vote. Get your mama, put in the wheelchair. We're going to get a bus. We're going down to the ghetto. We're going to get everybody on this bus. And we're going to register. We're going to vote. You want some Jay-Z tickets? You sign out this registration form, and you go vote, young man, young woman. You're gonna vote. But what are we voting for? God damn it, your ancestors. They died for this shit. And it's like, all right. And we'll just march and vote and march and vote. But it's like, that's why we got voter fatigue. And that's why we be like, man, this shit don't count. Why are we doing this shit? Because we never put it's like having a TV or you know what it is? It's like having a lawnmower, right? You know you got the lawnmower with the self-propelling shit. You just hit that button and it moves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And you know if you don't hit that, you got to use your own muscles, right? It's like having a self-propelled...
like a regular lawnmower.
Yeah, it's like having a self-propelled lawnmower but not knowing it's self-propelled. You just pushing that shit. And you just like, God damn, this shit is hot as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is gliding smooth, pushing the button and shit, and you don't even know there's a button on it to push. That's how we doing. So we cutting our grass like everybody else, but it's just harder. And we wondering like, damn, man, look how their lawnmower. Shit, their lawnmower work way better than mine. And it's like, no, this lawnmower don't work. Nah, it do work, but you're not using it right. You see what I'm saying? You're not using it right. You see that button right there? That button to make you self-propel, that's called the economy. So when you hit that button and you cut your grass, see how smooth it works? That's how it works. You got the economy and you got a strong voting bloc. So now you're not saying this law got passed and there was nothing we can do, so even though in the bill it said that they're going to lock up 50,000 black men a year, the other part of the bill said they're going to educate the baby and let them go to college for free. So it was something good in that bill also that we voted for. It just so happened that 50,000 black men a year had to get, like, what? That's not how politics work. That shit ain't no negotiation. These niggas don't negotiate. They walk inside there with their bill and money. I paid for your campaign. This is what's on the docket. The end. You know what I'm saying? We sitting around over here letting them give us shit and saying that's what politics is, nigga. Here's the bill. We want 1 million black men incarcerated a year out your community. This is the same deal we did to the Africans back in the day. We're going to do it here now. We want 1 million of your black men. And we'll make sure the black woman gets $10 million in food stamps and welfare and public assistance in living. And if you guarantee that at least 500,000 of your black men and women become homosexuals, then we'll give you free health care also. I mean, the bill had free health care in it, and a lot of us were suffering from illnesses. So even though it sent a lot of black men to jail, it did a lot of good for their grandmamas. And it's like, what the fuck kind of leadership is this? That's essentially what that's what Rangel said. That's what all them niggas said. We knew it was going to fuck over the community, but it was going to pay for education. But what the fuck is good for education? Once I get out of jail, I want to get out of school. I want to go to jail. What kind of shit is that? That's why I say fuck that. Man, I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm sounding just like the crackers. Drain that fucking swamp. Get all them funky ass definitely them civil rights niggas. Get them niggas up out of there. We need some fresh. We need a new generation of motherfuckers. We need the people that felt that felt the effect of y'all decision making. We need them in there. You see what I'm saying? So they can be like, oh hell no, that shit gonna affect us. Nah, veto. But before we get that type of power, we gotta have an economy. Because even if we have a brother like that in office, all they're going to do is end up funding him to do their bidding. So at the end of the day, we need an economy. How do we start an economy? The ones who can do. The ones who can't, you need to work. You need to wait, save, stack, flip other ways. I got other ways I can teach you how to get bread. But the ones who know how to get money, just start doing it. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about nothing else. Just do it. And just build you. And just understand that you are part of a multitude of black people with business that's pushing the race forward, whether you know them or not. When you know them, connect with them. But don't stop. Don't wait. Don't worry about everybody being on board. Don't worry about that. Worry about your household. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about black people in the street. Don't worry about black people on Facebook. Don't worry about your family members. None of that. Worry about your household. Worry about your children. Worry about yourself. Worry about the person that you're with. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But we dodged the bullet with that Hillary, boy. If Hillary would have won, more of this gay shit would have been popping. That's the reason why all that protesting is going on. All this protesting going on, this shit is about homosexuality. This shit ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn Trump. Straight up. Do not let them, they got you fucked up if you think that. All this has something to do with homosexuality. I saw a commercial, Smoke, right? This was like 7, 8 o'clock, right? So, no, this is like 7. No, this is on the 8th. 7 o'clock, right? I'm about to cut on the, look at the news, see what's going on with the elections and shit. So, I see a commercial up there, right? While they counting and shit. It's like showing this black woman or whatever like that, and so she, as a kid or whatever, she growing up and going through these different shit and trials and tribulation and like like a really feminist, pro-woman type shit or whatever. So then next thing you know, I see the gay flag and 2 women holding their hands and all that. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, right, because this is right before they didn't even count nothing yet. The game didn't even start yet. You know what I'm saying? It was like they were just setting up. And when I seen that shit, I was like, man, they already starting this shit, boy, promoting that she about to win. You know what I'm saying? So I know I ain't gonna see that commercial anymore. But they was that gun ho that it was about to get popping. Like that shit, I'm telling you, that shit would have pumped this gay shit to a whole nother fucking level. Straight up. This shit is crazy. That shit would have pumped. Now, black people would have made money. I'll say that. Not made money, excuse me. We would have been given money, and I was stifling. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I mean, I guess.
No, we would. We would. The science of the money is this. The science of money is this. If you don't have shit, Smoke, right? And I own everything. Let's say you're on an island, and I own everything on the island, right? I can give you $100,000. Okay. What are you gonna do? Everything you spend goes back to me. So ultimately, you don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not
Hillary.
It's not
Hillary.
But remember,
Hillary,
it's not you. But look,
Hillary
it's not
didn't
you.
even
Always
have
it's the next generation.
She didn't.
It's always the next generation.
That whole race was down. Like she just pretty much just walked through that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's not saying that she would have won or anything like that, but it just was like almost like it's in the bag. Earlier I was saying like how Trump, he was going out and actually going to the markets and having the rallies. There was periods of time where she wasn't even out. She wasn't holding any rallies. She wasn't going and speaking in front of.
She couldn't. She had too much scandals. She didn't want to talk to the press.
Yo.
She didn't want to talk to the press. She couldn't do shit. She snaked her way there. She snaked it out of Bernie. You see what I'm saying? She snaked her way there. Here go the people that claim that they know something. Oh, see, they got Trump there because they know the American people ain't going to vote for him, so they just going to hand it to Hillary. What was Hillary's beginning theme or whatever, mantra or whatever, saying or whatever? It's her turn. It's her turn. Nobody remember. That's the shit they were saying after Bush. They were saying give it to Hillary.
It's but that's what I'm saying. She didn't have anything that she was saying she was going to present to the people. No, I'm not saying you are disagreeing. She didn't present. She ain't present shit to the people. She ain't present shit to the people. So it's weird because it's like if you look at her, you would think like, okay, she's really not presenting anything. Like your slogan is "It's my turn." Who the fuck is you? You weren't supposed to be for the people, right? At least Trump is saying, "I'm gonna make America great." That's gonna relate.
No, then it changed. Now it's I'm with her.
Like, why? Why I want to be with you? What? What are you doing for me to be with you? You know what I'm saying? So the irony that I'm trying to say, the irony that I'm saying is like playing into the whole prediction of, you know what I'm saying, your prediction of Trump. It's like if you look at her campaign, just look at the campaign itself. Her not being able to go out, you know what I'm saying, because of the scandals and all the issues she had. You can't talk to the people. It was the speculations of, you know what I'm saying, her health might have played parts in that too. But she don't even have a point of emphasis to say, this is what I'm bringing to the people. So if you look at her campaign, it's like,
no, that has nothing to do with
crazy.
Her health.
I'm not saying that it does, but I'm just giving observations.
None of that mean nothing. The people that listened to that voted for her. There was 2 different elections going on. It was
nothing
real
to listen to. That's the point I'm saying.
No. What I'm saying is it was 2 shit going on. It was real issues and it was gossip shit. And black people was listening to gossip shit. And every time you listen to black people talk, they talk the gossip shit or the angle of the shit. But when you listen to what the people is really talking about, who voted for Trump, them niggas talking Supreme Courts that have to be picked, Senate seats that have to be picked, the email shit, the pay-for-play shit, her history of scandals and corruption, the Haiti shit. So every time I used to talk to black people, that's why I used to say, write both of their names on a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and write down what you don't like about Trump and what you don't like about Hillary. And in Trump's side, it's going to be a lot of emotional bullshit. On Hillary's side, it's going to be real shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that.
Because the person they running for president ain't talking about shit. So it's going to be a bunch of emotional shit because is nothing for her to point about. Donald Trump was speaking on different issues. So a person who's following him, you got to be informed on what he's talking about at least. She wasn't saying nothing. So, yeah, I mean, the whole shit was kind of weak, man. You know what I'm saying? When I was just looking at how everything was playing out, it was like you dancing and you celebrating prior to, and you really not strong. It's like you don't see that. Like you don't see that you're not strong. You know, that was kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had to know that you wasn't strong, and then you start hearing the stories afterward of she kind of knew that in Michigan this was happening and Wisconsin. Okay, now she knows that. It's like, but why having, you know, such
that's because
this display of I'm winning? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
But that's the reason why I told you in the beginning. I said her beginning campaign shit was it's her turn. You see what I'm saying? That was her mind frame. So it didn't matter what the fuck the climate was out there. See, if she was smart, but see, she old. So she ain't trying to get in there too old because she been in that motherfucker too long. That's why she wanted to go be ahead of Barack. And they was like, nah, we got to let him. And that was the whole issue between her and Barack, because she felt like she should have went first. You see what I'm saying? And they was like, nah, the polls are showing that we fuck with this Barack nigga, we can get that win. You see what I'm saying? And that was the issue between them then. That's why when it was her turn to go, like I said, her turn to go, that's why the whole shit was, it's her turn. You see what I'm saying? That's how that whole shit went. She knew ain't no way in hell she was going to win that shit. I'm listening to a Trump speech.
I really don't see any reason for someone to want to have voted for her. You know what I'm saying? It's basically what I'm saying. And it's like, everything was just a bunch of cliches. You know, I'm going to break through the glass ceiling, and she's at the Javits Center and all of that. And just living off of the whole women feminist type vibe. To the shucking and jiving, I'm putting hot sauce in my bag, and you know what I'm saying, I got the celebrity endorsements. I got Pharrell over here. I got J&B. I got doing the concert for me. I got niggas that dance for me. Yeah, it's like I don't even see a reason. I got a bunch of niggas that dance. Why would you even vote for her? And it's like, if you look at it, it's like, yeah, you gonna get your ass kicked, and she got her ass kicked out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Now I'm gonna tell you, black people need to do what we should be doing, because I'm gonna let you know right now, and I'm gonna make this prediction also. Trump gonna do 8 years. He gonna do 8 years straight.
Let's see that. That's crazy.
It's gonna be
8 years. It's gonna be interesting because I saw earlier how. And, again, this is politics, so we'll see. But, one of Trump's major points of emphasis was that he was going to repeal Obamacare. And so they were saying, like, after the meeting with him and Obama, now it's like, he kind of like softening his stance, like, he was, like more some shit like that. So will there be,
but you know what?
like, will he
maybe the amendment might be, like, yo, you don't have to have it. Like, there's no penalty. You don't have to not have insurance. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's
it needs to be amended. It needs to be amended. They were speaking on some of the amendments in there. I don't think that wasn't one of them that they mentioned in there, but they were saying that one of the points was like for kids out of high school, they don't have to drop off of their parents' insurance policy. So if their parents want to keep them on with certain criteria, then, they can keep them on. Whereas under the Obamacare, after a certain age, it's like, you can't be on the parents' insurance anymore. And there was a few other points in there, but Obamacare needs to be amended. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the stance that he's taking right now is that, he wants to work with everybody. All the Republicans that shitted on him, he wants to be like, all right, guys, come in. We're going to work together, you know what I'm saying, transitioning, they talking about transitioning into, into the presidency, try to make that as smooth as possible. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
It's a clean 8 years, I can't say. That's 8 years.
Can't say that, man. You definitely can't.
I can definitely say.
You definitely
that's
can't
8
argue.
Years,
you definitely can't argue.
No, I mean, we ain't gonna know. We're not gonna know until that time comes. But I told that.
4 years.
I'll tell y'all again. He got 8. I already see that. You know what I'm saying? Because of how he got in, he got 8. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing go like this: black people, what's your 8-year plan? That's how I see it. I was just talking to my brother. You know what I'm saying? A couple of minutes ago, because he dropped off these drinks for me. And I was telling him, like, yo, I want it to be by the end of Trump's first term, he going into his second term, I want us to be looking like, yo, we good, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got money generating and coming in, you know what I'm saying? Type shit like that. When we on the Blog Talk or another outlet, you know what I'm saying, where it's like we still talking to the people and letting them see, yo, this is the progress. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the these things that you're hearing, these things that's being said, these are steps. That's what these are. These are steps because, see, once it get done, you're going to hear it as it's being done. You're going to see it as it play out, just like with the whole Trump predictions. If you was following it and hearing me as I'm breaking down the whole Trump situation and explaining how after Lyndon Johnson, there has never been a third-term Democratic win. Why would we think it would be one now? Oh, because it's a woman after a black man? The black man had the right to vote before the white woman. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you understand these certain things and you see these certain things, you see the patterns. There was no Hillary Clinton bumper sticker. I ain't see none of them shit. I ain't see no support for Hillary Clinton. Everything was Trump. Everything Trump was saying, black people was saying before Trump was even a thought of running. Claude Anderson was saying. Right or wrong, Smoke? Claude Anderson wasn't saying that?
Yeah, he's heard that all throughout the black community from different people, whether it was Claude Anderson or just the average person talking. You know what I'm saying?
Or the average
crime is high in the hood. You can die in the hood. You can get killed. You can get raped. You done heard all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. We live amongst it, so we know what that is, man.
What about the immigrant?
Peep this though. For like somebody.
Wait, what about the immigrant? What he said about the immigrant? Claude Anderson.
In terms of what? Like them taking over the industries, pretty much?
Nah, how the immigrants is put in to undermine the black numbers in our voting power. And how it would force us to be a permanent underclass. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, this is stuff Claude Anderson said. So when I'm hearing Trump say the same shit, I say, well, damn, that's powernomics. Maybe Trump picked up the book and said, oh, shit. You know how white people like to steal shit? That's how silly we are, right? Go into what you were saying, because I don't want you to forget.
No, I forgot what I was saying. What was we talking about?
Oh,
what was that?
It was right before I was saying about the immigrants. But the point is, yeah, but the point is, 8 years, we need to be having at least that 8-year plan. Like straight up, 8 years. Look at the year right now, say 2017, add 8 to that shit, and block that shit up and say, I ain't playing no games between this time and that time. I'm stacking my bread. I'm investing. I'm working toward entrepreneurial shit because let me tell you, on the Republican Party, those who eat for them, who go out and kill to eat, will have a full belly. It's the ones that sit on their ass looking for handouts. They're the ones that starve. Straight up. I'm telling you, I grew up on the side of the starving.
I know what I was gonna say. It's just really a reference, you know what I'm saying, for the listener. It's a video recently of Shanetta and Polite going back and forth. I don't really want to rehash everything that they were saying, but it was pretty much like Polite was talking about those issues of in the hood. You know what I mean? Being around drug dealing and shit like that. And, you know, Shanetta was really kind of trying to put him in check because he was kind of, you have to listen to it. But the point that I'm making was that everyone knows the issues that we deal with in the community. So you can listen to him speaking, and he's talking about that. You know, it's a conversation back and forth. So, you know, that which is another topic, but you know, just to the effect of that point. But one thing I wanted to say earlier too was like, you know, you feel like the fear, you know, amongst the people is like bubbling amongst us. Trump in office, we don't know what's happening. And I was just thinking, like, you know, what if Trump is that dude that's really gonna fuck us up? What if he is that guy? We scared because we not ready. We ain't ready at all. And subconsciously we know that. So it's like, you know, all of the crazy talk that he's talking, and, you know, all of the fear mongering inside of the media and amongst the people, you know, it got us scared. But I think subconsciously, like, we know it might not be Trump. It might be something else, whatever it is. Whenever that moment happens, black people not ready. We really not ready.
No,
you just hear people complaining about shit they never complained about before because we know. We're ready.
How about this? No, how about ain't shit gonna happen to us? How about that? How about what we're scared of is what Trump is gonna do is say, okay, you wanna leave? Here's the door. Here's the door. Look, when I say here's the door, I mean walk out of white America, go back into reality, and you go build you black America. And I'm going to give you the tools, and we're going to free up the law, and you go out there and you start on your own. And I think that's what black people are afraid of. You see what I'm saying? Because I think that's what frightens us. Because, see, the Latinos already built their own. You see what I'm saying? The Chinese already built their own. The Jews already built their own. Everybody else, the Italians already built their own. The Russians already built their own. Everybody else, the Irish, everybody else built their own. Black Americans ain't built their own. We was always subservient in a white America, in a white economy. And I think our fear is Donald Trump open up the door saying, okay, y'all want to go? Bye. Then build your economy.
Ain't that what we want? Ain't that what we want?
But see, what you want and what you want willing to do for it is two different things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When you sitting over here and you in that warm house and the white, like this example I give, the Republicans versus the Democrats, the liberals. It's a conservative white man sitting at the lake fishing. So he got some fish in his pan, fishing some more. Black man walking with his family, see the white man. He said, excuse me, Mr. White Man. You know, I see you with you fishing. I see you got some fish over there. I was wondering if you could share some of your fish with my family. You know, we hungry, been walking so long. And the white man, conservative white man, he says, nigga, I'm not sharing no fish with you. Get away from me. Get you and your family away from me. So the black man says, excuse me, sir, we don't have to get nasty or anything. I was just asking you have a plentiful of fish. Could you feed my family? So then the conservative white man says, I'm not here fishing for you and your nigga family. If you want food, you go out there and fish your damn self. So he packs his shit and he leaves. So the white black dude, he sits down, he throw the fishing rod out there, he's catching a couple of fish, but then he hears another white man screaming at him, excuse me, sir. He says, yes. He says, I heard what that white man said to you, and I thought it was awfully nasty for somebody to speak to a human being like that. I see your family, you're hungry, you want some fish, we have sandwiches, we have fish and chicken and drinks and music playing upstairs. You can come up to the big house with us and you can party and have a good time. We go up to the party, we eat good, we drink good, we smoke good, we're having a good time and everything. But guess what? We don't know how to fish. And I think that's the difference between the conservatives and the liberals. You living under a liberal society, everybody wins. Nobody loses. You see what I'm saying? It's no motivation to do shit. You go under that conservative shit, and it's like, listen, sink or swim. Sink or swim. You know what I'm saying? Root little pig or die. You better get out there and get yours. That's the stuff that I used to have to hear when I was a kid. That was the stuff when you see little kids out there talking about, hey, mister, I will clean your car for $5. We'll wash your car. Everybody was hustling, getting that bread. Liberal society, we'll mail you a check. Just relax. Just calm down. What do you want? What do you want? No, you don't want no jobs. You don't want your own business. That's hard work. We'll get you more jobs. More jobs for everybody. Everybody gets to work. Everybody works. And then when the economy can't sustain that, then everybody gets fired. Nobody knows how to do shit. No, man. So that's my shit. I think we just scared to get an economy. We don't want to get off that white man titty. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to. We want to say we do, but we don't want to. And Facebook proved that, Smoke. All of them sad faces with Hillary. I'm like, all these so-called pro-black people woke. Now they running around talking about, great. Oh, thank you for all you who didn't vote. Now Trump, and he has the nuclear weapons for this great country of ours. And I'm like, wow. I thought that you was fucking Mr. Pro-Black kill him. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like,
yeah, we all on the same page because you had the section, the groups of us that wanted to, vote for Hillary, keep Donald Trump out. Then you had the people that's like, I don't vote. I ain't voting for either one. You know what I'm saying? Then you have people they don't ever vote. You know what I'm saying? So we always all on different pages when it comes to it. So it's like when you just start dissecting, what went on, with this election, you just start to see like just the disarray. And of course, you keep going back to the economy. We don't have money to fund anything to be able to be in these political races. So we're all over the place in what we want to do.
No, not about being in the political race. We don't have the money to fund the political race so we could give a fuck about the political race. Mm-hmm. How about that? Because if you put some money inside some shit, you give a fuck. If you in a community and that community's working, you know what I'm saying? If that community, that's like right now you living where you live at, community's working, the education is, you know what I'm saying, the school system is good because they actually coming out their own pocket to make sure the school's funded, you know what I'm saying, on top of what it gets. You know what I'm saying? Things of this nature. Then you finding out, there's a mayor who's trying to come in and change the stuff inside here, you're going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm about to vote. Y'all not about to change this system we got set up because you're invested in this shit. But when you're in a failed system that's working against you, it's not so much you as in you Smoke. It's always the child. Because by the time 4 years go by, your child's 4. Another 4 years go by, your child's 8. You know what I'm saying? Presidency go by, now your child's 16. A half a presidency go by, now your child ready to vote themselves. So they think that's how life is. Then when they have a child, they think that child think that's how life is. So nobody understands that, sees anything to fight for. You see what I'm saying? Like if you go to the Jewish community or the Italian community or some shit, you're not going to be somebody that's going to be like, yeah, we want to vote for homosexuality in the Italian community neighborhood. They're going to be like, nigga, we ain't voting for that shit. Get out of here. You ain't coming over here. Get out of here with that stupid shit. We're in a black community. We like, listen, we got to be tolerant. Jesus said, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with politics. See, if we had our money invested in shit, then we will be able to care about shit. But to have our money invested in shit, we have to have an economy. Because the misconception that people have about, oh, we got spending power. We got 1.1 trillion spending power and all this dumb shit. You're talking about how much a collective group of people have. You see what I'm saying? But you're not talking about what they have individually. If you take 1.1 trillion and give it amongst all black people, what if that was only $100? You see what I'm saying? You can't go to a person with $100 and say, yo, get your bread and invest it over here. It's like, nigga, all I got is $100. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yeah, but if we take all these $100, that'll be 1.1 trillion. And we can buy this, what, building to do some shit? I don't know, but no, that's not how it works. If we're generating 1.1 trillion, then we can talk about power, because we're generating this a year in our economy. But if you hear somebody, I don't care if it's Boyce Watkins, talking about spending power, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Spending power. No, you need to be generating money. You need to be generating money.
It's only spending power if you're spending it in your economy. You know what I'm saying? We're not spending that money in our economy. So it's like, I get the term, but it's like that's not what we're not doing it that way. Our money is not going back to us. It's like we get paid and it goes somewhere else.
It's not even spending power when you spend it in your community. It's not power.
I mean, in your own economy. In your own economy.
In your own economy. It's still not even power in that. All you're doing is funding your community. That's like, there's no power, is what I'm saying. It's just what you're supposed to. It's like washing your ass. And you're like, I'm washing my ass, power. That's power because I'm cleaning my ass. No, you're just cleaning your ass. That's all you're doing. When you have an economy, your economy is supposed to be strong, right? So what keeps the economy strong? Keeping the money in your economy. Okay. What's powerful?
Yeah, but
there's no power.
That's two sides to that. You gotta have spenders in the economy. You gotta have, money actually.
No.
You can't generate money.
But hear what I'm saying. This spending power is some bullshit. Because you can't try to keep the bullshit and try to remix the name. There's no spending power whatsoever. People in your economy that's spending to buy things and things of this nature, that's just an economy working. That's it. That's how an economy works. People buy, people spend. That's it. It's our economy, though. So it's a strong economy, especially if we're generating funds. But they tell us the term spending power to make us feel powerful while we're spending our money in somebody else's economy because we don't have one. So then they'll say, well, how can we make these people not feel stupid? That they don't have shit to spend their money in except other people's shit. Well, tell them that they have spending power. And so that's when we start to think this term was real and is a powerful term. And it's not. It's a dumb term. Because, again, you cannot spend power. That doesn't make sense. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, I think of another example, but, it's like saying somebody has eating power because they eat at your restaurant. Like, no, nigga, that's what you do. You eat at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But if you just eating at everybody's restaurant or some shit like that and you're not getting nothing out of this fake food, and they say, but you got eating power. And if you don't sit there in somebody's restaurant and act like you're eating, then they don't get customers. Saying dumb shit like that. It's like, yeah, I got power. No, there's no power. That's what that happens. That's why I said we got to change these definitions, because they tell us things, and then we grasp it and makes it part of our reality. And then we start to say these things and make it like it's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, spending power, man, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? We have to be generating money. Even if you got $1 million, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got $1 million. No, you need to be generating $1 million. If you're generating $1 million, then you can spend like you got millions. But if you have $1 million, then you better spend like you got thousands. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because you ain't gonna have no money. So that's how I see that shit. Smoke. Yeah. Oh man. So what's your expectation for this Trump world? They talking about all the racial shit.
I mean, for me, that can't get. I mean, we dealing with that now, so I don't see. I mean, it could get worse. Don't get me wrong, but we dealing with that shit now. We always dealing with fucking overt racism. You know what I'm saying? Killings. Well, none of that's really gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. I can't really say I have a expectation, but more so like shit that I'm trying to look out for. You know what I'm saying? In terms of financially, what's gonna happen with taxes or any implications like that. To me, it's just I'm just keeping my eyes open, pay attention to what's happening, but I don't have an expectation. I don't think much is gonna change in that regard. What I'm hoping is the fear of the people that we have, that turns into the positive energy. Oh, we scared that this is gonna happen, so let's do this. You know what I mean? Where we could turn that fear into building something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just weighing on our shoulders. So I don't really have an expectation, but I just want to keep. You got to keep my eyes open.
How that's gonna work with religion? Since religion teaches fear.
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, is
the whole religion. No, what I'm saying is the whole religion thing teaches fear. So it's like from a baby you taught to fear. So that's why it's so easy to say, if Trump wins, he gonna put you in chains. If Mitt Romney wins, he gonna put you in chains. If Trump wins, you gonna be a slave again and all this shit in 2016. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you really think if Trump wins, the only thing that's gonna happen to somebody is gonna be you, the people that have been here the longest on this fucking piece of land? Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you should be embarrassed to even talk like that as a man. You should be embarrassed to talk. I see some guys picking cotton, talking about Donald Trump win. Now white people, black people doing it. So who the fuck is really for white supremacy? I saw them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that shit is religion that got us feeling like that and thinking like that. Because I'm like, that's a weird way to think, yo.
I can agree. Trump is in office, man. That's good. I'm still laughing about that shit, man. That's crazy.
I'm not even shocked, and I wasn't shocked. I was just excited that, I could be able to say I predicted that right. So I know what wave I'm on, and like I said, I'm holding my nuts, and nobody can tell me shit, because I know what wave I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my stock, the stock drive and shit like that, jumping from pennies to fucking 11 something now. You know what I'm saying? Like I see these joints I be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna take what I be saying more serious. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do in the Trump era, because I was saying Trump gonna win before he even got nominated the Republican nominee. The motherfucker was laughing, saying ain't no way in hell he gonna get the nomination. And what I kept saying, Smoke, Trump got this. Trump got this. I'm like, what do y'all see, yo? Trump got this all the way. I ain't never falter. Even nervous. I'm like, yo, damn, it looked like they might give it to her, yo, but I don't know, man. I'm still riding on this plane till it crashes, yo. Fuck that. because I kept seeing it, like, this shit just keeps showing that she gonna lose, man. He got this shit. So I see the wave I'm on, so I know how I gotta move and operate, and I will. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel you. It's always good to have that energy of knowing where you're going and shit like that. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna walk it through. I'm gonna highlight it. You know what I'm saying, on the show. You know what I'm saying? All my ideas, all my thoughts, what I feel like gonna happen, just so those who listening, who feel the energy and shit, could be like, yo, you know what? Let me take heed to what to what the brother's saying. You know what I'm saying? Not to say whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether you agree or disagree. Let me interject in it. Nah, ain't nothing. Just put it to the side. If it's true, it's gonna reveal itself to be true. If it's not, hey, you know what I'm saying? Then we let's call it how we call it, and do it like that. You're not gonna get no phony baloney, basically, when you come to In Black America Radio. When you're listening to Rasta G and Smoke Build, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get no phony baloney. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have us talking about, yo, Hillary got this. We know Hillary because H. You know what I'm saying? H is the, if you look at the stars in the sky, it's the shit's forming H. You know what I'm saying? So that's showing you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not doing none of that little stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So
for me, it's just more so like, you know what I'm saying, like a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the last few months have been kind of, the big thing has been the election. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of look at what's happening, like who people talking. Yeah, everybody have an opinion. It's cool, but it's like we got to really start paying attention to how we, you know, directing like information and like what's useful and what's not useful. Because we're in a time of where we don't have a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? We got to make things happen as fast as quickly as we can, and also create a long-term strategy. But so we got to start thinking about what's useful and what's not, because, you know, if we sitting there and it's not a knock on anybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's like we invest time in, like, you know, listening to, you know, metaphysics and, you know, things like that. But we not really having focus on things that, you know, we can deal with right now, like, you know, finances. You know, helping, that's a big problem in the black community. We just talked about spending power and, you know, going over that. So it's like a lot of us spend our money frivolously. So let's give useful information on finances and building money and creating money for, you know, the average person who works. That's what I saw a lot too. You know what I'm saying? It's like we really need to start thinking about, you know, the information that we're going to disseminate. If you're going to say, like, all right, I'm going to stand up, talk to the people, I got this certain message, you know what I'm saying? Let's make it something that, you know, the listener, the caller, whoever, can take home with them and actually grasp onto that shit and build something physically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can get me a home now when I didn't have anything. You know, I'm able to you know, finance myself a car or something. I'm walking right now. You know, like things like that, you know what I mean? Like we could do. It's not for everybody, but our information, whether it's health-wise, whatever the case may be, you know, there's plenty lanes of information that, you know, that's out here that our people provide. But it just got to be useful information, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better term.
It got to be useful, but more importantly, the listener has to understand and know how to pick and disseminate the truth and who to listen to. Yeah, because you don't want to be wasting your time on somebody who's going to tell you on the 7th of November, Hillary going to win, and then on the 9th of December, they want to break down why Trump won and all kind of shit. And you like, wait a minute, nigga, ain't you the same one that told me all the reasons why Hillary won? Like, if you got to tell me why shit happened after it happened already, then all you're telling me is what you think happened. I don't need to hear 2 hours of you telling me that shit, because we both have an opinion in it, because we both watched it in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's corny. If you felt like this, like because it's different if it's like, yo, brother, ain't that trippy? Trump won? Man, yo, what you thought about that, yo? When you see what I'm saying? I could get that. But I can't get the brother that after Trump wins, then you want to say, and you got to understand, it's the 44, right? See, now 4-4, right? If you turn it upside down, that's H, right? So you'll think Hillary, but it's 2 H's, so that 1 H canceled the other H, which just shows that it was going to be Trump. And then you're like, see, it's like, because if that's what it is, then why you didn't show me that in the beginning? Why you didn't already automatically be like, no, Trump is going to win, yo, watch, because of 44 and the 8. You should have been told me that. You see what I'm saying? Every time I talked about that Trump shit, this is the shit I always said. After Lyndon Johnson, there has never been a third Democratic Party. All you got to do is check that pattern. Boom. For the people that says after a black president, there's going to be a woman after the black president. The black man had the right to vote way before the white woman had the right to vote. So that don't mean nothing. I brought up the silent majority, something that I now hear everybody talking about, the silent majority.
Yeah, that's
I've been talking about the silent majority. Huh?
That's facts.
You know what? Oh,
that's a fact.
But you be hearing about it now. Now you hear people talking about it now, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Talk more on that shit.
Well, I mean, I've been hearing the term thrown around since the election or whatever, but you know, pretty much the term relates to the voters or the section of the population that is not really.
No. I'm talking about what you experienced. Like when you might have heard people, you know what I'm saying, certain people talking about the silent majority now and all kind of shit.
I mean, pretty much saying that the silent majority was a major factor in the outcome of the election. You know what I mean? In so many words from you know, the few different sources that I saw it from. They were saying that on the night of seeing that because, like I said earlier, I fell asleep and I woke up to him. You know, she conceded whatever they was waiting for him to come in for his speech. I listened to all of that, and then they had the commentators on after that, and there was a lady on there. That was the first person I heard say it. I was like, oh wow. You know what I'm saying? But it pretty much was the point of them mentioning it was that was the major factor. One of, you know, not the major factor, but one of, you know what I'm saying, the reasons why the election played out. Whereas, you know, and you couldn't measure that pretty much. You couldn't measure it. And it's like,
but I measured that because I said that. I said I'm watching the North Carolina Donald Trump speech or whatever he was talking at, and like I said, large fucking crowd, mad fucking loud. So I'm like, God damn, I'm like, shit, this nigga got mad momentum, right? So I'm listening and I'm watching, right? Because it's my first time listening to one of his speeches and shit. So I'm listening to him talking and shit, just to get a feel, you know what I'm saying, of his energy, of his spirit, of the crowd, how are they receiving it, you know what I'm saying, if it feels smooth or rehearsed, or it feels pushed. Yo, it felt like he talking to his homies, to his people, you know what I'm saying? Like, he captivating these people. And that's when I'm like, oh no, he got the people. Then I look, I see somebody hold up a sign. The sign, it was a white sign, and it said, The silent majority is with you. And it was pointing towards television so the TV could see the sign. And when I read that, I said, oh, shit. I said, he got it. Straight up. And that's what I said on the show, polls versus people. The polls are saying Hillary got it. I said, but the temperature on the ground, they screaming Trump. Grab him by the pussy, all this shit like that. I'm like, I don't think the people, like white people is going to say, Republicans are going to say, fuck the Supreme Court judge seat, fuck the Senate seats, fuck everything that we're fighting for, fuck all of the shit that Barack did that we don't like and we're not for, fuck all of that. Because he said, grab her by the pussy. No, that's some gossip nigga shit. That's what that is. That ain't no real life shit. They don't care about that. They care about policy. They care about judges and Supreme Court judges and amendments and constitutions and shit like that being secured and amended and protected. That's what they care about. They don't care about bullshit like that. That's what we care about. So we'll sit there and say, oh, we never spoke like that in the locker room. Oh, he thinks he's going to get the black vote. And all kind of, no. So that's when I'm sitting over there like, and that's when I said, Joe, the silent majority. Remember, even when the brothers, they sound like they're from New York, when they called in, and he was saying how he don't think Trump was going to win because he's not related to the bloodline and all that stuff like that. I asked him the same question. I said, but what about the silent majority? Now, you ever heard of the silent majority? You know what I'm saying? Like, the silent majority, that's the niggas that smiling in your face and then going to say, yeah, fuck Trump. But they know they're not voting for Trump. They're voting for their agenda. They want to secure their agenda. See, it's hard for black people to understand that because we don't have an agenda. So because we don't have an agenda, we don't understand why somebody would vote for somebody. Y'all doing that because y'all racist. Y'all some racist. They don't give a fuck if this fucking Trump guy took a fucking piss on a black woman's head. All they care about is securing the Second Amendment rights. They care about having conservative judges on that. They care about important shit. Why they fed all the stupid nigga shit to us. And we ate that shit up. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Filth, filth, filth. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Filth, filth, filth. And it's like, none of this is policy. Ooh, did you hear what Trump said? Ooh, you heard what Trump said? Ooh, his wife stole Michelle Obama's speech. What do any of that have to do with the economy? Black people, we should be embarrassed. And then here go Barack to seal the deal. Black people, if you do not vote and come out in droves to vote for Hillary Clinton, the wife of the man who incarcerated the majority of your husbands and sons, I will be disappointed in you. You would piss me off. What? Like, are you?
Okay, you were right.
Man. Yo, when I heard that, I was like, wow. Wow. Wow.
Like, now you want to talk.
And then black people, but look, because we don't have an agenda, we don't got no economy, we don't even have the energy. Like all this protesting we doing for gay people, we won't even do that for ourselves to fight for economic power. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be marching like that in our community, straight up. Y'all want to know how? Let me tell y'all. Black men to be men instead of being home kicking your wife's ass, kicking your children's ass, and trying to run a house, go out in the street, right, and actively say we shutting down these Koreans and these Chinese out of our communities. We shutting them down. We're going to start with one store at a time. Straight up. When they shut their doors, we putting crazy glue in their locks. You're going to have a hard time opening that shit up again. Straight up. We're going to lock them in their own store. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Terrorize you. Get out of here. Now that building closed. Ain't nobody. And then y'all find out how much it costs. Then we could talk about let the whole community pull money together and stuff like that. And then we could get a building and shit like that. Yeah, then we could talk about that. But let's start shutting down. Do that. Don't be protesting with these gay people so they can have the rights to be perverts. Fuck out of here. That's some weirdo shit, man. We don't want to do that for economic power, but we'll do that for gay people who want to adopt black boys and dress them up as girls. Like, come on,
it's
man.
after
Like,
the fact, though. You know what I'm saying? It's after the fact. That's crazy. I see T.I. and Meek Mill, somebody else, they was out there at the Trump Tower joint protesting.
Yeah, because they don't know no better. Because they don't know no. They think they're protesting Trump. That's what they think they're doing. They need to stop and look around. It's like the joke. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke I always hear guys say when they end up in a gay club or some shit, right? It always starts like this. Yeah, man, so I'm out of town and shit. I'm going to this spot. I'm like, yeah. I'm looking around like that. Like, what the hell are the girls at? And then I notice, oh, shit, they number dudes in here. It's a gay club. That's how it's going to be. You ever heard nobody else say that before? Yeah, it's either in movies.
Nah, it was a movie. Police Academy. You know what I mean?
Police Academy?
Police Academy. They was in the strip club. I mean, in the gay clubs. It might have been depicted other places. I'm pretty sure it has been.
Right, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So that's how it is for that movement. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be inside it like, yeah, that's right. Wait, you ain't my brother. That's right. More gay rights. What? I thought he was a Trump.
Yeah.
Free love. What the hell are y'all talking about? It flags flying everywhere. No, this is the only people that should be upset for a Donald Trump win is gay people and Latinos. That is illegal immigrants. Excuse me. That is it. If you're a woman, you can believe that damn Hillary Clinton glass ceiling bullshit. But y'all got a lot of rights. Y'all got a lot of loans, a lot of bills, a lot of small business situations. Y'all got it popping out here. So y'all can believe Hillary Clinton if you want to talk about some glass ceiling bullshit if you want. That's why she hit her head. Because she aimed for some shit that's not even there. Black people, same thing. We have to build an economy. We got a lot of shit, a lot of opportunities to do what we got to do. It's really no excuse. The only reason why we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, is fear. Fear. We are scared to start over. We are scared to start. We are scared to fail. We are scared. We think if we leave and we start working on our own, then what if the white man leave us? What if the white man go and take all our stuff and we don't build our stuff right? And what if we don't have nothing? And what if? And what if? And what if? And that's why we don't never get to the next step and the next step and the next step. Because fear. And that's what we got to step out of. So we don't got nothing to worry about. Now, illegal immigrants who probably still won't have nothing to worry about because they've been playing the illegal immigrants game for years. But illegal immigrants, gay people, y'all got something to worry about. But my thing is keep it a buck and don't tie everybody in and make it like it's a us thing. Stop doing that. Keep your shit to you, and you fight that shit yourself. Stop being coward, because that's what I've noticed about people. Black people fighting this fight, dying, getting killed, beat down. We got no choice but to fight. We don't even think twice. We know we got to fight. Then everybody else crawl on our back, and then they want to get rights off of our shit. It ain't put no fight in. You know what I'm saying? They ain't shed no blood. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, yo. Fight your fight. Don't jump on the back. You don't need no help. We good. Yeah, we good.
The game they play.
Yeah, so black people, we got 8 years, man, to really get our shit together. And I challenge every black, since everybody like to do the mannequin challenge and all kind of shit like that, let's do the black economic challenge. 8 years. This is an 8-year plan. And from 2017 until 8 years later, I ain't do the math, you know what I'm saying?
25.
24?
5.
Or whatever it is, then we're going to do it like that, you know what I'm saying? Let's build up. The ones who can and know how to set up business and do business, yo, press on and do that. The ones that know how to, that's working, just work. Stack your bread. Stop being a consumer. Stack your bread. Stop giving your money to all these white designers. The creative people, start designing shit for our people to wear. We need it. The farmers, come on, we got to come together with these supermarkets. But we're going to do this shit. We're going to make this thing work under Republican presidency. And black power and black economic power about to be out. Got anything else you got to say, Smoke, in this last 15?
Yo, hold it down out there, man. It's going to be all right. Fuck Trump. Fuck Hillary. We good.
First, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm